Good
Good
morning and
morning. Good
welcome to Pitt's
morning.
Perspectives on Awesome Radio Network 107.5 FM and 1570 AM WECU.
Yes.
You're welcome once again. I'm AY and I'm here with my co host, Patrick.
Yeah. It's
And Victor is out this week. He's in Washington, D.C. with the Office of Global Affairs, and we wish him safe trip. So, Patrick, good morning. It's good to see
good
you.
morning. Good morning. It feels good to be in studio once
Yeah.
again on Saturday morning. It's amazing as always. And hey, we're so glad that you're joining us this morning once again. As AY mentioned, Victor has
Yeah.
decided to take
He's
another
actually
trip.
on a trip, yeah, with the
Yeah,
Office of
and so
Global
yeah,
Affairs.
today will just be AY
Yeah.
and myself. But fret not, we got you.
Victor is actually a celebrity, so he has to be in a lot of
Celebrity,
places.
which anyways, it's a great Saturday morning, and hey, today we're diving into a topic that touches all of us. Weekends in Pitt County. How do we
Yeah.
slow down? How do we rest, worship, spend time with family, or just reconnect with ourselves on the
Yes,
weekends?
yes, and it's actually a very interesting topic.
It
So
is.
we'd like to hear from you. What's your go-to weekend routine? Do you hit the trails? Do you attend a worship service? I mean, like us. I mean, I'm sure we do that. I mean, do you just grab a brunch downtown, or do you just catch up with work or even family members? So we would like to hear from you. So
Yeah.
yeah, please do
Also,
call
yeah,
us.
do
Yeah.
call us live at 252-756-2008. Or you can email us your thoughts at hello.pitperspectives at gmail.com. You can also listen live online at awesomeradionetwork.org /
See
WECU.
you. All right. So this morning it's going to be an amazing show with myself and Patrick, and I'm sure you guys are ready for it. But before we go straight into the topic for today, we would like to, as always, give you the community news. So let's jump right into the community news this morning, and we're starting with something very, very active. So, Patrick, what do you have for us?
Yeah, so on the first at the very top of the list we have the Pirate Nurse 5K and Kids run that kicked off today. Today's event bright and early at ECU's Health Sciences campus. The kids run started at 9 a.m. followed by the 5K at 9:15 a.m. This annual run sports nursing scholarships. Is it? Yeah, the nursing scholarships
Yeah,
and
yeah.
brings ECU supporters together. Yeah, anyway, take it away.
Yes. So it's organized to support nursing student scholarship, like Patrick rightly mentioned, and this annual event brings together community members and ECU supporters from a fun and meaningful start to the day. So if you see them around, you can join, you can chair. It's always a very, very amazing event, and we are happy to see that. All right. Moving to the next news this morning. Pirates Fest 2025 is happening today, and it's happening at the Town Common in downtown Greenville from 11 a.m. till 7 p.m. So I would like
Yeah.
to cheer to that because we're going to be there,
Yeah,
right?
we'll be there.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
if you want to come around, you're going to see you could put faces to names of AY and myself. Obviously Vic won't be there because
yeah,
on his trip, but AY and myself
we're gonna
will
be
be
there.
there for sure. And the Pirate Fest 2025 will take over Town Common today, and the highlight of the day is the Pirate Fest, and this is Greenville's biggest downtown celebration of the year, and it's happening today, as AY mentioned, from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. at the Town Common in Greenville. This is a free, family-friendly event, and it features live music at the Greenville Toyota Amphitheater, and it goes for performances. 1 p.m. we have the Embers. At 3 p.m. we have the Cooper Greer Band, and at 5 p.m. we have Captain Mike and the Shipwrecked. So that's a Jimmy Buffett tribute. And then we also have pirates roaming the ground, food trucks, beers and cheers, local vendors and artists, kid-friendly activities and cultural showcases. So the Pirate Fest continues to be a signature event in the community, celebrating its 18th year and recently voted NCAEFE's 2024 Event of the Year. Stay on the line
Yeah, we are
and
still on to Awesome Radio Network. We'll be back.
Hello, my name is Daniel out of Greenville. Thank you for listening to Awesome Radio 107.5 FM, 1570 AM, WECU.
Hi, my name is Camille Nicholson, and I have a dream.
Yeah, welcome back. And as I mentioned before the news, we're covering the fact that the Parrot Fest is going down at downtown at Town Commons in Greenville.
Yes.
And moving on to the next news, also this week, the Greenville Pitt County Senior Games celebrated 42 years of community and competition. Yeah, AY, take it
Yes, this past week, the Greenville Pitt County Senior Games kicked off their 42nd annual celebration, bringing together over 300 participants from 5 counties. The event, which promotes healthy aging and active lifestyles for adults aged 50 and older, features more than 40 events ranging from badminton and cornhole to table tennis to golf and even arts competitions. Among the standout participants is Aldin Parker, who is 91 years old. Wow.
Wow.
Who has competed for 27 years and continues to inspire.
Oh, wow.
And she said, "I love all the games, but I love the people more." And that was what she said at the opening ceremony.
Oh, wow.
Coordinated by Pitt County Cultural Arts and Recreation, ECU, and Greenville Recreation and Parks, the local senior games program is now one of the top 4 largest in the state.
Oh, wow.
Can you beat that?
I don't think I can.
That's amazing.
I don't know
it's,
about
it's
that,
good to
yeah.
know that Pitt County is actually on the map for representing
Yeah.
in North Carolina as
Yeah.
a whole. So we're happy for that. All right. Moving on to the next news, there's another major event at ECU was celebrated, this past week, and I'm talking about the celebration of the R1 research designation.
Yeah, East Carolina held a campus-wide celebration. Oh, do you want to?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think we should get to that.
yeah, yes, sir. Yeah,
Yeah,
we
that's great.
yeah, AY wanted us to celebrate that for a little bit more. Anyway, so ECU hosts it held a campus-wide celebration on Wednesday to recognize its prestigious new designation as a R1 research institution, placing ECU among the top research universities in the nation. Attending an award show that we'll cover later on in this segment, Chancellor Philip Rogers mentioned that, hey, this puts us in the top 5%, top 5%
Wow.
of the all universities in the United States.
Wow, that's
Top
big.
5%. That's major.
Wow.
So the highlight of the event was a dynamic panel discussion moderated by Chancellor Philip Rogers, who was joined by Dr. Ted Mitchell, the president of the American Council on Education, and Dr. Sharon Painter, ECU's acting chief research and engagement officer. Together, they discussed the university's bold vision for research, innovation, and service, with a strong emphasis on community partnerships that are transforming Eastern North Carolina. Chancellor Rogers mentioned that this R1 status isn't just a title, but it reflects the deep commitment ECU has to solving real-world problems and improving lives across our region. Dr. Mitchell praised ECU as a national example of public serving, impact-driven research institution, especially for rural and underserved communities. The celebration marked a significant milestone for ECU, reaffirming its role as a leader in rural health education, economic development, and rural engagement. Students, faculty, staff, and community partners were all recognized as part of the achievement.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's great.
it was an amazing
proud.
week. Yeah, we're very proud to be Pirates, and hey,
Yeah.
go Pirates.
Yeah, go Pirates.
Yeah. Okay. Moving on, we have in other news, burn bans have officially been lifted across the state in Pitt County, and following recent rain but drought conditions persist. Ewa, what do you have
Yes,
to say
I
about that?
remember when we shared this particular news that there was going to be burn ban
Yeah.
around, and now it's been lifted, and we are here to give you the update. So if you're not
Yes.
listening to Pitt Perspectives, you're wrong, because we always have your back. All right, so it's good news for outdoor enthusiasts. Burn bans were officially lifted this week across North Carolina and in Pitt County,
Yeah.
following a series of much needed rain showers. However, Pitt County and much of eastern North Carolina still remain in a moderate drought, with rainfall totals more than 5 inches below average since last fall.
Wow.
According to the North Carolina State Climate Office, this marks over 20 consecutive weeks of drought in the region. Farmers and gardeners are hopeful that April showers will bring lasting relief and boost spring planting efforts. Authorities continue to urge caution when burning outdoors, and residents must still obtain valid burn permits, now available online or through authorized agents.
Wow.
So if you want to burn outdoors, please, that's very important that you
Yeah,
get your
it really
permits
is. It really
to
is.
do that. And I mean, all of this is for safety so that we all don't get into trouble. All right, moving on to the next news. ECU also hosted its annual research and creative achievement week.
Yeah. We're clapping it up for that because ECU hosted um, its annual Research and Creative Achievement Week, which is RCAW, a campus-wide celebration of innovation, discovery, and scholarly excellence. The event brought together undergraduate and graduate students, faculty, and community members to showcase ongoing research projects across a wide range of disciplines. One of the standout presentations came from the team behind Pitt Perspective. Yeah, it came from the team behind Pitt Perspectives, who shared their work as a community-centered media platform and case study in rural economic development and civic storytelling. Presented by Victor Ihuka and Ayo Odunaike, the Pitt Perspective case study explored how local storytelling and strategic community engagement can help connect global ideas to local progress, especially in rural regions like Pitt County. Their presentation highlighted how media can serve not only to inform but to inspire civic participation, cultural pride, and economic growth. With engaging discussions and visual storytelling and a real-time audience interaction through Mentimeter, their session encouraged participants to share their own visions for rural development and community belonging. The Pitt Perspectives team said RCAW was a great platform to amplify the voices of Pitt County residents and showcase that storytelling can be a tool for positive change. Yeah, one more time, shout out to
That's amazing.
yourself and
You know,
Victor.
being there myself, it was a very very humbling moment, because it showed us that people actually appreciate what we're doing.
Yeah.
I mean, after the presentation, we got very amazing feedback from the audience, telling us how great the idea is, and
Yeah.
it was just like more like a validation to say yes, you guys are on the right track, and we're happy to be here. And of course, our listeners, who are the people who motivate us and inspire us to always be here every Saturday morning.
Yeah.
We are giving a special shout out to you.
Shout out to you guys, yeah,
for
to our
always
listeners,
listening
to
to
the
us.
best listeners in the world.
Yeah, they are the best for real.
Yeah. Anyways, so moving on to the next news. Big news, in fact, the population of Greenville and Pitt County has grown to 180,783 as of July 2024, according to the U.S. Census Bureau.
Yeah, I mean that's amazing.
Yeah, that's the
Pitt
population
County
of
is
just Greenville
growing.
alone, yeah.
During the presentation, also one of the things we highlighted was that out of the 4 surrounding counties,
Yeah.
Pitt County is the only one that has recorded population growth,
Yes,
actually. So this is actually a very big news. So this latest update is from the U.S. Census Bureau that shows that Greenville Pitt County metropolitan area reached a resident population of 180,783
Wow.
as of July 2024.
Wow.
Now, this growth highlights Pitt County's continued rise as a center of and the Center for Healthcare, Education, and Regional Development in Eastern North Carolina. So,
Yeah.
I mean, this is a very, very huge news, because actually population growth is one of the metrics that the Department of Commerce uses to measure which county is going to be on maybe tier 1, tier 2, tier 3
Yeah,
in terms of
yeah.
economic development. So this is actually
A
a
good-
big deal. It's not
yeah.
just inflating numbers. It's actually like meaningful numbers
Yeah.
that contributes to actual development. All right, you're still live and you're on to Pitt Perspectives on Awesome Radio Network 107.5 FM. We'll be back after this short break. Don't go anywhere.
You're listening to Awesome Radio, WECU 107.5 FM, 1570 AM. Christian media with the spirit of excellence.
Helping you connect with your grandchildren. Here's Ken Canfield for Grandkids Matter.
Do you live close to your grandkids? Or maybe you're thinking about moving close to them. That can mean a lot of great grandparenting time. And you'll be there to help with babysitting or whatever is needed. But it's good to also give that family some space. The parents and even the grandkids appreciate that room to breathe and live their own lives, even when the relationships are solid. So while you're enjoying your grandkids, keep that in mind. And have occasional conversations with the parents about how that arrangement is working and what adjustments they might want to make. They'll appreciate your sensitivity to that and could help maintain harmony between the generations. We're here for grandparents at grandkidsmatter.org and on Facebook and Pinterest as well.
Yeah, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back.
Yeah, welcome back. And we're still on Pitt Perspectives on Awesome Radio Network 107.5 FM and 1570 AM WECU. And we would like to hear from you in the course of our show today. So if you're listening, please do well to call us on our studio lines,
Which are 252-756-2008, or email us your thoughts to hello.pitperspectives@gmail.com. You can also listen online at awesomeradionetwork.org/WECU.
Yes. So before we went on that short break, we're still, going through the news, and we are just told us that, Pitt County and Greenville metropolitan area just recorded population growth.
Yeah.
And which is a big deal, like we were saying before we went on that break. Okay, the next news, which is another, I would like to share to this one again.
Yeah.
It's a big news.
Yeah.
We're saying congratulations to Global Connections NC, who received the Anchored in Pirates Partnership Community Partner Awards from ECU's Office of Research and Economic Development and Engagement. This is big.
Yeah, it's great. It's great news, and it's great to be there yesterday receiving that award. It was an amazing time. It really was.
Yeah.
Well, and now let's talk about you and your weekend rhythm in Pitt County. How do you spend your weekends? How do you relax, take a break? How do weekends look for you? How?
Yes, so we're going to get into that very shortly, but I just wanted to dwell more on the last news we read, which is the win at the awards. I was there myself. Patrick was there, and it was a very good moment. We were thrilled to share what we've been doing as a group and as a collective, right? And this recognition celebrates our efforts to build a vibrant global community right here in Eastern North Carolina, from international teachers and students to cultural events, storytelling, and service. Global Connection NC creates spaces where belonging, diversity, and community come alive. And we are proud, we're so proud to represent what global citizenship looks like on the local level, and we are just getting started. So special shout out to all those who have been supporting us. Global NC Global Connections, NC Pitt Perspectives, and all of the great work we're doing as a team.
Yeah.
And it's just been a very packed week of amazing events, showcasing what we're doing, and we are happy that we are beginning to receive, this due recognitions
Yeah.
from people who see what we're doing as being very, very impactful, and they're recognizing us. So thank you very much
Yeah.
for this big win. Thank you very much.
Yeah,
All
as I
right.
mentioned earlier, we are about to dive into our topic for the day. How do you spend your weekend? Let us know. Feel free to call us on our studio lines, and that is 252-756-2008. Don't forget to call in and let us know your opinions and how you spend your weekend.
Yes, talking about spending your weekend, it's going to be a very sunny day today, actually.
Yeah, it's
You know,
it's bright and fun outside
very bright.
once again.
And I think it's actually been very hot for like the past 3 days.
Well, yesterday
Yeah,
it was like 85 degrees,
and today is going to be like 87.
yeah,
And of course it's a perfect weather for outdoor activities. So I'm sure people will be out, trying to just enjoy the sun and all the other events that we have.
yeah.
So,
Don't forget to stay hydrated.
yeah, and don't forget your sunscreen.
Yeah.
Patrick, do you have
No,
sunscreen?
no, no.
But I do though.
Yeah, okay,
I
yeah,
have
that's
sunscreen.
good. Yeah,
So,
as
yeah,
AY
please
mentioned, stay
make sure
safe. Yeah,
and
get
stay
the sunscreen.
hydrated.
It's going to be really hot outside, and stay hydrated.
So yes, very quickly, let's get into today's topic, which is weekends in Pitt County. What does it look like for you? So Patrick,
Yeah, I mean, maybe it's faith and fellowship, heading to church, or a local mosque or temple, or maybe it's just taking hiking on the greenway or spending time with family. We want to hear all about the sports and routines that give you life.
yes. So I think I'll just start from my end.
Okay.
What I do on weekends typically, I think for me, weekends are for rests for the most part.
Yeah.
But of course, more recently, we've been very engaged in,
Yeah.
developmental work,
Yeah.
around Pitt County, going from the radio show to different events, talking
Yeah.
to people,
Yeah.
engaging, the community, which is great.
Yeah.
And it's
And
been
getting
a-
content too. And by
Yeah,
the way, if
yeah.
you're not following us on our social media handles, please do. And that is at Bit Perspectives on all social media platforms: Instagram, YouTube, even TikTok, like all social media platforms. Please don't hesitate to follow us and
Yes.
stay in touch.
Yes, yes. Stay in touch with us and all the good things we're sharing, from news updates to events going on in Pitt County. So yes, like I was saying, so around here it's always trying to get those events in, and of course on Sundays, I mean, we are people of faith, so we get to go to church. Oh, okay. I think we have a call. Good morning. You are live on air on Pitt Perspectives on Awesome Radio Network. Who do we have? Good morning.
Good morning. You have Praise here from East Carolina University.
Oh, hey,
Praise.
good morning, good morning,
Good
good
to
morning,
have
Praise.
you on the show this morning. Okay, Praise, welcome. We're talking about weekends in Pitt County, and we want to know, how do you spend your weekends here? I mean, what does it feel like? What does weekend feel like for you?
My weekends is generally based on the activities and plans I have on the day. Like most of the time, it's like just doing assignments, doing my laundry. Often it's mostly cooking
Yeah.
on the weekends, and then on Sundays I mostly go to church.
Okay.
And I also spend most of my weekends going to my friends' dance recital or performances.
Oh wow, that's amazing.
Wow, I heard her say she cooks on weekends, and we love that. We
Yeah,
love
I love
that.
food.
Wow. So okay, so you said you're a student at ECU, right?
Yes.
Like, do you stay in Greenville or Pitt County? Like, is that where you live? Apart from, or is it just
I stay
school?
in the dorm. I stay in the ASU dorm. But
No,
I
yeah,
stay in
yeah,
Greenville.
but I'm trying to say, like, is this where you live outside school? Like, after the semester, do you go back?
Oh, I
home?
say yeah. I live outside, so I live in Fayetteville.
You live in Fayetteville? Is that what you said? Yes.
Yeah.
So, is there a major difference with the atmosphere for the weekend at Fayetteville and around here at Pitt County?
I would say the weekend is a little bit more of the same, and now here it's a lot more kids and a lot more students everywhere. At Pitt County, that is in Fayetteville, where it's just more people going to work.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah, wow.
that's pretty much it.
Okay, thank you very much for sharing with us this morning. Praise, we are so happy that you called in, and keep listening to Pitt Perspectives on Awesome Radio Network 107.5 FM and 1570 AM WECU. We are happy to always, have you and share your opinion with us. All right, if you're still listening, this
Okay, bye.
yeah, thank you very much, Praise. Thank you very much. All right, so this is Awesome Radio Network, and you can call us on our studio lines, which is 252-756-2008, 252-756-2008. What she shared is very, very interesting, because I was just trying to see what it feels like, in places outside of this place, like how can we compare what weekend feels like in those places. And she said it's a bit different here. We see students moving around, and I also noticed that the weekend starts on Friday to start with, and there are times that I get to go out on Friday nights. Maybe I need to run errands, or I need to pick someone up, I need to do something, and I see students going in pockets, in groups. They join, either they're joining the bus, or they are driving to somewhere, and you just see them in groups moving, and it's just very interesting and fascinating to watch.
It is actually.
So the students around here from ECU, Pitt Community College, and all the schools around, they are a very huge part of what is going on in Pitt County.
Yeah, folks, we'll be going on a short break, and all you need to do is call us up on 252-756-2008. And let us know what you think, and we'll be back shortly.
You're listening to Awesome Radio, WECU 107.5 FM, 1570 AM. Christian media with the spirit of excellence.
From the Pacific Justice Institute, this is The Legal Edge, defending your rights as a Christian, a parent, and a citizen. Here's Brad Dacus.
Too many institutions today are forcing students to surrender to radical gender ideology, and Pacific Justice Institute is stepping in to fight back. In Idaho, PJI staff attorney Catherine Hartley just filed a major Title IX lawsuit on behalf of a woman attending a local trade school. She was told that if she wasn't okay with a biological male using the women's restroom at the same time as her, she would be expelled. Well, PJI is committed to standing for both biological and biblical truth when it comes to gender. We will not be silent.
Learn more about our ministry and get exclusive email updates by registering for the Legal Insider at pji.org. Remember the website, pji.org.
Welcome back. And before we went for the break, we noticed that we have a caller on the line. Hello, you are live at Pitt Perspectives on Awesome Radio. Who do we have on the line?
Hello.
Oh, they hung up.
Right.
I'm sorry that we lost you.
Please do call us back on 252-756-2008. We actually had a caller on the line before we went on the break, but please, I'm sure you're still listening, so do call us back on 252-756-2008. You're still live on Pitt Perspectives on Awesome Radio Network 107.5 FM and 1570 AM WECU. All right, we have our caller back. You're live on air on Pitt Perspectives on Awesome Radio Network. Who do we have on the line?
Hi, guys. Pitt Perspective. This is Jude.
Hey, Jude. Hey,
Jude,
it's great to have you. How are you doing, Jude?
Pretty good, guys. It was nice listening to all you guys are doing over there. Like, I'm excited.
Oh yeah,
Wow.
Thank you. So today's question.
How your week been, man?
Oh,
Yeah,
our weeks have been good.
great.
They've been good.
We've been all over the world receiving awards.
Yeah.
It's been a very busy week, actually. And
Yeah,
it's been,
it is.
it's been a
I
great week.
must confess, yeah. So, well, you're talking about the weekends, I guess.
Yes. What's weekend for you?
So, yeah, for me, it's you all know how it is, right? So, wake up, go to school, like, yeah, trying to do my research. So, I go to school, do a lot of work, pretty much till around late night, and then it's a weekend. You need to wind down a little bit, right? So just step out a bit, maybe at night, say about 8 or 10, thereabouts.
Oh, wow. You say you
Yeah.
wake up and go to school on Saturday. So are you a ECU student as well?
Yeah. I'm an ECU student, so I'm taking my master's right now. Like I'm a grad student.
Oh,
wow. Great.
And then as a grad student, you have to do research sometimes for some programs, just like myself.
Yeah.
So I do research, and it's a lot of work right now. So, but after the work, you have to also take out time to rest and also do other things. And part of which I do for the weekend is just hang out like on Saturday.
Yeah, wow.
Wow,
Okay,
that's great. So, are you like from Greenville originally? Do you stay here?
No.
Outside school?
I'm not from Greenville, sir. I'm from Nigeria.
Oh wow, you're from Nigeria.
Yeah, one more for the game.
Okay, so so I was gonna ask you, what's like is there a major difference between where you're from and here in Pitt County? What part of Nigeria are you from?
I'm from the eastern part of Nigeria, precisely.
Ooh, okay, great stuff. So what is this like from where you're coming from and compared to what we have here?
Where I'm coming from is pretty much like a bigger city than what we have here in Greenville. So, but part of it is more busy over there than here. But by and large, it's still, while I was in Nigeria, I wasn't doing I was working. So it's kind of like a different routine from what I have here in Greenville. So it's kind of like different, but so far so good. Being a weekend, I always hang out too. Usually at night on Saturdays after much work that I have to do too. So yeah, pretty much similar. But the only difference is that in Nigeria, where I'm from, it's quite busy and there's a lot of things to do in terms of weekend activities and a lot of places to go to. Unlike here in Greenville, that's quite limited and everything. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Okay, thank you very much, Jude, for joining us this morning on Pitt Perspectives. We're so glad to have you, and keep listening to us and keep supporting. Thank you very much. All right, if you are still listening to us, this is Pitt Perspectives on Awesome Radio Network, 107.5 FM and 1570 AM WECU. And you can call us on our studio lines 252-756-2008.
Yeah, tell us, where do you connect with your roots, your people, your peace? Is it a farmer's market, a special trail, maybe Sunday dinners with your grandparents?
Yeah, I wish my grandparents were here though.
Yeah, call in and let us know.
Yes. So okay, I think we have another caller on the line. You're live on air on Pitt Perspectives on Awesome Radio Network. Who do we have on the line?
Yo, what's up, guys? How you guys doing?
Yeah,
is that Victor?
We know that voice. We know that voice. We could tell a mile away that.
Oh
was
my!
Victor.
Good morning, Victor.
Good morning. Good morning.
Your nemesis, Patrick.
Good morning. Good morning. How are you doing, Victor?
Yeah, I'm good.
How's?
I mean, you guys are holding it down well.
Yeah. How's the week been going for you?
Bro, I mean, it feels good to not have to deal with you too. So far so good. I mean, we're in DC, trying to get some things done. But I mean, it's been a good time.
Yeah. How's Washington? How's Washington like this morning?
I mean, surprisingly, everywhere is chill. A lot of people around the National Mall, the Capitol.
Wow.
A lot of people around the White House. But I mean, they said there's like a protest or something somewhere. I don't even want to mess with that. So I'm not going anywhere near that. So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's good. So far, so good. Yes.
Yes. So I was
Weekends in
going
Pitt
to.
County.
Okay, sorry. I was going to ask you, what is the atmosphere compared to what we have in Pitt County? Is there like a major difference? What have you noticed in terms of what the
You
weekend
mean
looks
here?
like?
You mean here in DC?
Yes.
Bro, how can you even compare? I mean, there is no national monument in Pitt County, but I mean, we still have what we have. I think the thing about Pitt County is there is so much to do,
Okay.
but then because people think or people don't know, there is not so much, though. There is a lot. Let me frame it. There is a lot to do, but because people don't know, they don't realize all the different things. You know, I found out this week there's a place where, like, you can host birthday parties. They have swings and, you know, all the go-karts and all of those things. Fun things kids have. I didn't even know about that. I mean, there's just, a number of things to do. I mean, I guess it is also the point of what we are building, you know, to help people learn about all the resources and all the communities that, you know, that are in Pitt County. So, yeah, it's different out here versus in Pitt County. But I think Pitt County has a lot going on for it.
Yeah, that's good to hear. We keep discovering new things in Pitt County as well, and that's good that there's always things to discover and more things to explore. I think that's a good thing. Anyways, the question is, how do you spend your weekends, Victor? How do you spend your weekends? How do you detox? What do you do on weekends? Let us know.
Really, I mean, for one, I spend my weekend, a good number of it with you two, more than I would like to. Right, but I mean, it's there's always something to do. I mean, you all know that already.
Yeah.
You know, the late nights to the early mornings. You know, I mean, last week we are all over the place. We went to the Third Street party, Third Street block party. We went to the Greenville United tryout, which was, you know, amazing. Shout out to Greenville United.
Yeah.
We're out there at Pirate Fest today. And then on Sunday, I have to play the drum in church and sing, you know. But I mean, I feel like it also helps me connect, you know, with my faith, with myself. You know, I find joy in service. I find a lot of fulfillment in service. And by the way, guys, we made it to the front page of the Daily Reflector.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Hey, congratulations. Yeah, shout out to us.
We're doing big things. So, hey, anybody listening, go pick up, you know, a copy of your favorite newspaper, the Daily Reflector. We made it on there. I mean, awesome radio. So shout out to Miss Akila.
Yeah. Mr. Killer's here in studio,
Yeah, I'm sure she's blushing. She doesn't like being mentioned. So I mean, I'm really excited to be doing this, you know, with you all, you know, to be learning and all. But I mean, pretty much for the weekends, I know some people do walks. I used to work with Dr. Ziga, you know, every other weekend. I've been out to Wildwood Park on Sundays or Saturdays. There's typically a great crowd out there. And then with today being Pirate Fest, I mean, and I think it's also the downtown Greenville artwork.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's a lot of things. So again, which is also the point. A lot of people don't know this. There's something for everyone. That's really the point.
Absolutely.
You know, there's something for everyone. You know, whether you're a church person or an unbeliever like Patrick or
what?
like right, but I mean, the point is there's really, you know, so much to do. You know, yeah.
Okay, thank you very much, Victor, for joining us. Keep listening
guys.
to Pitt Perspectives on Awesome Radio Network.
Yes, sir.
All
sir.
righty.
You all, and you all have a good day and keep doing what we are doing, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, don't miss me too much.
No.
Please
Not
stay
miss you at
in
all.
DC,
Please
stay away.
don't come. All right. Thank you very much.
All right, guys. Bye.
Yes. Okay. If you're listening to us, you are still on Pitt Perspectives on Awesome Radio Network 107.5 FM and 1570 AM WECU. And we're discussing weekends in Pitt County. How do you rest, worship, and reconnect? So you can call us on our studio lines 252-756-2008. So call in and share with us what you think, what's your weekend routine like, and things like that.
Yeah.
Okay, so moving on with our conversation. So Victor mentioned something about, there's a place around here where they celebrate birthday
Birthdays,
parties
yeah.
and stuff. And it just reminds me of Lagos, where
Mhm.
I came from before coming to Greenville. And, there is a culture around festivities and celebrations. Like, we make a big deal out of, our celebrations. So there's something we call Owambe. And in Yoruba, it literally means it's there,
Okay.
literally. But what they're trying to say, like, something is happening, right?
Yeah.
It just shows that there's a lot of celebration going on. So, when we have those kind of celebration, people are dressed up.
Yeah.
You can imagine.
Yeah.
Like, everyone is dressed up in their different cultural attires. They call it Ashwebi, and everybody is, Ashwebi actually means family wear. But
Okay.
what it means is that, when we have this kind of event, a lot of people wear matching outfits.
And you're always with your family.
Yes, with
You go to
families,
church
friends,
together as
yeah.
a unit,
You wear matching outfit and you're out, celebrating, either it's a wedding reception or it's a birthday party, or it could be anything. But we love to celebrate. What is there not to celebrate about life? Life is beautiful, life is sweet. So whenever we have an opportunity, we want to make a big deal out of it, right?
Yeah.
People even. Okay, I think we have another caller. Good morning, welcome. You're live on air on Awesome Radio Network. Who do we have on the line, please?
Hey, good morning. This is Coach Garrison. How are y'all?
Oh, good morning. Good morning. It's good to have you here. Okay, talk to us. What's weekend like for you in Pitt County?
I do the festivals. If I could do them, if I could go an hour, I go. If I could go 2 hours, I go. If I could go by myself, I go. If I can go with some other friends and family, and I go. And it's a beautiful thing just to connect and to walk around and to see, a diverse group, a cross segment of all the people in Pitt County
Yeah.
at these festivals. Because we just see each other on the highway mostly. We don't, we just see each other driving, or if we go to that one mall that we got.
Yeah.
And but going to the festivals are great, to the park, but we're not really close to each other when we go to the park unless you got kids and you're playing in some type of little playground, but or in a restaurant and we're not talking to anybody. But at the festival, the Shad Festival, we can't get no shad. I've never had shad at the Shad Festival or the Collard Festival, and I've always missed the Collard. We won the Collard contest. And Watermelon Festival, you get watermelon in Watermelon at the Watermelon Festival.
Yeah.
And that's a great thing going on there. And then downtown, the town commons be lit.
Yeah, we're going to be there later today. Actually, we're going to be there.
Yeah.
Isn't it Pirate Fest weekend today, this weekend?
Yeah, it's a very packed weekend. So I wanted to ask you a question. How long have you been here? Like, have you lived in Pitt County?
I've been in Pitt County since 1990. I was visiting between 1988 and 89.
Oh wow!
And coming up to ECU, seeing a girl,
wow,
who later became my wife. But I was coming to ECU to visit on the weekends, and so since 1990. 89, 90, I've been, and then I started living here in 1990.
Wow. So that's a long time. So I wanted to ask you, has there been any major difference with the atmosphere around the weekend in those times and what we have currently?
Yes, a lot less drinking and a lot less partying. Pitt County was known for in the 90s, I think, one of the #1 party schools and party cities in the nation, and I think they do less of that now.
Yeah.
So, but that was, it was sort of a negative positive because people were coming here just for that reason. So that has changed a bit, and what goes along with parties, a whole lot of promiscuity. So we've changed. We still might be ranking in the top 10 for the worst drivers in the United States. So things have changed and gotten better. Traffic control has gotten better. Our crime rate is gone down. Wow. And so I think that the improvements have been getting rid of the negative stuff for Pitt County. But I think Winterville is still one of the top most requested places to live in Eastern North Carolina. Wow. So very safe city. Crime rate has been very low. The median income of the population. I don't think they're letting restaurants come to Winterville with drive-thrus anymore. So they want everybody to go home and eat because our drive-thrus to challenge the family setting. So in Winterville has been great. Charlesville's got an awesome festival down there. I'm trying to remember what the name of that is, and I discovered that. So the improvements have they're good. The sidewalks that Pitt County has built for people to walk around, traffic lights, keeping people from getting run over and killed and stuff, especially around ECU. Those just showed up in the past 2 years. The blinking lights, crosswalk, managing the sports, football stadium traffic. So there's a lot of good things that I think we've been a part of at Awesome Radio as well. We've been monitoring those things. So the convention center, they still blowing it up over there. So that's what I can say. That's my short list, guys.
All right. Thank you very much for joining us. It was great having this conversation with you. Thank you very much. And keep listening to Pitt Perspectives on Awesome Radio Network 107.5 FM and 1570 AM WECU. I think we should actually cheer to the fact that Greenville and of course Pitt County is growing and everything is getting better. You talked about crime rates have dropped, a lot of good things happening over the years. Let's cheer to that. We're happy for the progress of Pitt County and we'll continue to cheer for Pitt County. So Patrick, I wanted to ask you to share your own weekend. What does it look like? What's your routine like?
For me, it's weekends on my rest time, for example, and my weeks are normally really busy, and so my weekends are more detoxing times. I'm trying to catch up on that sleep debt that I keep accumulating over the week, and I try to. For the most part, I plan to at least get rest over the weekend, even though most of the time that doesn't happen with radio show and everything else that we're doing. Going to different events, getting content and all that kind of stuff. But for the most part, weekends are supposed to be restful, and that's what I aim to do. Just rest, take a break and stop from the busy schedule, and just sit back and relax and take time to reconnect with my faith and go to church, and that's what it's basically.
And like you mentioned, rest is very important. Rest is actually part of work. So we'll be going on a quick break now. You're still live on Awesome Radio Network. When we come back, we'll be wrapping it up, so don't go anywhere. We'll be back shortly.
Touch the dot.
You're listening to Awesome Radio, WECU, 107.5 FM, 1570 AM. Christian media with the spirit of excellence.
I'm Miriam Neff with New Beginnings. Questions from curious people about adoption in our family has me studying adoption in Scripture. Many children were raised by other than their biological parents. Moses by Pharaoh's daughter, Samuel by the priest Eli. Most impressive is that God adopts us as his children when we accept his son Jesus for who he is. When we adopted our 2 sons, we completed forms asking us our preferences from eye color to age, disabilities, and health. God doesn't do that, thankfully. He's a come as you are, or as the song states, just as I am. Ever the patient Father, he instructs and informs, but we are free to choose whether we act like him and adopt his values and truths as our own.
This feature at widowconnection.com.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back.
Yes,
Yeah.
you're still on Pitt Perspectives on Awesome Radio Network 107.5 FM and 1570 AM WECU. And we've had a very, very, very interesting and informing show this morning, from the news to our main topic for the day. And so we've been talking about weekends at Pitt County, and there's a lot of events going on in Pitt County this morning.
Yeah.
And so we're going to be looking ahead at events coming up in our community this week. Okay, so do not forget, Pirate Fest is going on all day today until 7 p.m. If you're just tuning in, there is still time to head to Town Common for live music, food truck, and pirate-themed fun.
Yeah, I said if you just tuned in, there's lots of time. The event is going till 7 p.m. So
yeah,
you
still
basically
have time,
have the whole day to go over there and enjoy yourself. Also, shout out again to the incredible turnout at this morning's Pirate Nurse 5K, and everyone who participated and is participating, because it is still ongoing.
We talked about that earlier. So shout out to everyone who is part of that event. So there's a lot going on, and we would like you to be part of everything going on. And these are the things that actually make weekends very interesting around here. The events, from the Greenville Museum to Town Commons to downtown, there's a lot going on almost every weekend. So people will go out to most of these events and just relax, catch up with friends, have a very wonderful and amazing time. And we want to also give a special shout out to everyone organizing these events for people to attend. And of course, all these events that we've been announcing are all free to the public, and you can just come in. They are also very family friendly. You could, just come with your family members and have a wonderful time out there at the event. And of course, the weather is so beautiful this morning, so you have nothing to worry about. All right, so very quickly, we just want to reflect on today's conversation. And one thing is very clear: community matters, right?
It does.
Without the community, this event won't be a success, as it were. So
It wouldn't,
everybody coming together,
Yes.
are the ones making this things work. And of course, rest also, whether it is you decide to rest on weekends, or you want to worship like we are, people of faith, like I mentioned earlier. We go to church on Sundays and just worship with a family of believers. Or you are even those who try to get to work on weekends. Maybe your work is, maybe you're working shifts, or you just have to do something extra for extra income on weekends. Whatever. What actually unites us all is the desire for meaning, joy, and connection.
Yeah,
right?
if you're feeling overwhelmed or disconnected, we hope this episode reminds you that, hey, rest is not a luxury, but rather a necessity.
Yes, absolutely.
We cannot cope without rest.
Yes,
We
rest
need
is very
rest.
important.
Rest is very important. I'll put rest up there with water and food.
Yeah, it's very, very, very important, because there's a way our bodies are designed to always rejuvenate itself, and rest is one of the things in that equation. It's actually part of work. So and there's a way things go so fast around here that you might not pay attention to these things. So please prioritize rest in everything you do. So and also, wherever you are today, whether you're at Pirate Fest, or you're relaxing at home, or you are heading to work, take a moment to just breathe, right? Find your rhythm. And we want to let you know that you actually matter to this community.
Yes,
Without
sir.
you,
Yeah, you do.
you do not have paid perspective or all of the other things we're doing around here. So you're very important to us.
Yeah, and if you're looking for new places to explore or people to connect with, try something new this weekend. A park, a new church, well, maybe even a neighbor's cookout.
Yeah.
You never know
You might
how
just
good
get
their
crash
cooking
someone's
may
event.
Yeah,
and have some good food.
Yeah, and you never know where you'll find your next recharge. It's all about being open to new things, and go out, explore new things, reconnect with nature, go to church, go to an event, do something for the weekend. And
Yeah. and also, rest and catch up with family, especially.
Yeah.
Because the kind of world we live in now, in as much as we have technology to bridge the gap of distance and things like that, we are also very much consumed with activities such that sometimes we don't even remember to reach out to our family. For example, for someone like me, my most of my family members are back in Nigeria, and then on Sundays especially, they get to call and we get to talk about how our week has been, and it has always been a very important part of my week. So I always look forward to Sundays to talk to my family members back home. So please do not forget to always connect with family, friends, everyone around, such that you're not missing out on what is going on in the community.
Yeah, talking about family and all that reminds me of how we used to spend weekends back home. Weekends would go to church every Sunday because you couldn't miss church.
Yeah.
I grew up with
Same
very
here.
I grew up with very religious parents, and you couldn't miss church because if you were sick, you have to go to church because
Yeah.
that's where your healing is, right?
Absolutely,
You're
yeah.
going to the house of the Lord to get healing, and if you couldn't be too busy to go to church, because then my mom would ask you, are you putting whatever you have over
Yeah,
God? Is God not
yeah.
more important than anything else? So you couldn't miss church, and so it was going with family, and
And I think those values that we were taught, growing up, are still things that we live by, and helps us to, and they just guide us along the way, that we do not lose connection with where we are coming from. Okay, that has been our show today. It's been a very, very amazing show. Today's episodes on Pitt Perspectives. Thank you for joining us for this conversation on how we live, rest, and reconnect on weekends in Pitt County.
Yeah, you can catch the replay or send your thoughts to hello.pitperspectives@gmail.com, and follow us on all social media to stay up to date on upcoming topics.
And remember, Pitt Perspectives is your space to share your voice, your story, and your vision for thriving Pitt County. We'll see you next week.